All right, everybody, welcome back. How are you? Let's try something a little different. So, if you were here in the past year or year and a half or so, I'd say, I forget how long I was playing it. I was playing a game called Pathfinder Kingmaker, and this is a CRPG that's based upon a tabletop system called Pathfinder. The reason why we played this is because if we go back a little further, maybe almost 2 years ago, for a Shilibration game pick, or maybe an Extra Life, one of the two. Anyway, Sarkfriend Chat asked us to play, Dago and I to play a co-op playthrough of Baldur's Gate, and that was really fun, actually. I liked it a lot. Baldur's Gate 1, it's the first time either of us played it, and it was really cool. It was the first time I kind of played a game like that, and honestly, the first time I played a game that was that heavy into, like, you know, a D&D style game. You know, prior to that, I played games like KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, you know, Knights of the Republic, and maybe games that are, you know, kind of spring from that, like Dragon Age. Love Dragon Age, and of course, my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy 12, but nothing that D&D heavy. And after we beat that game, I was like, you know what? That was cool. I like Baldur's Gate, but I want something a little more modern. I want something that, you know, kind of scratches the same itch, but, you know, offers more to do. Because one thing that kind of irked me about playing Baldur's Gate, that while how good the writing was, how fun it was, if you were a melee character, there wasn't much more to do other than just kind of just being a hit bot while you waited for the mages to kind of cast big spells to cover everything for you. So that was the one thing that kind of irked me. And so at that time, right around that time, Pathfinder Kingmaker was coming out. And I'm like, well, this looks good. Let's give this a shot. And I was completely and utterly, like I said, approaching this from a standpoint of not being someone who ever played a tabletop game before. I was kind of like, what the heck is going on? I don't understand any of this. And then over the course of a very long playthrough, a lot of people in chat, you guys kind of taught me and helped me kind of learn how to play it. And I think it was interesting to come to Pathfinder from a video game perspective as opposed to coming at it from a tabletop perspective, and it gave me a different kind of appreciation for the game. And also ultimately led me to being actually interested in trying out tabletop RPGs in general. I've not played Pathfinder at all tabletop wise, but I have in fact played D&D since then, and I'm working. D&D 5.0 is definitely a lot simpler in terms of what Pathfinder offers. I believe Pathfinder is an offshoot of what D&D 3.5, and they kind of do their own thing, and it's pretty intense, to say the least. So anyway, yeah, I know, Jimmy. It was a long playthrough, and that doesn't include, you know, doing the DLC, the 10 Steps portion of it, which I haven't even beaten yet. But we did beat Pathfinder Kingmaker though, and I'm sure at some point I'll do another playthrough, but not anytime soon. And I'll probably want to play other similar games first before I go back to that one, because it was just so much. It was just so much. I liked it so much, but thankfully, rather than going back and playing Kingmaker again, you know what's happening? They're making another one, but it's not. So they're making a new game. Owlcat is, and it's called Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. It's not a sequel. It's not a sequel to Kingmaker. It is kind of like a sidequel. It is not even like a spiritual successor, because you know it builds upon the same engine, I believe, and they're just doing some new stuff with it. And what will make this experience different from the previous one is that this will employ something called mythic levels, where in Pathfinder Kingmaker, our characters go from level 1 to 20, and once you level 20, your character's pretty powerful. But what if you could go higher? You know, what if you could, like, you know, take your characters and get your mythic levels and become like almost god tier, and that's kind of what this game, what Wrath of the Righteous is going to be doing. And I think it's going to be cool because, from what I understand, when you try and do this level of like number crunching on tabletop Pathfinder, it gets a little weird. It gets kind of crazy, and it gets kind of sometimes a little unwieldy. But I think this is the kind of thing that works in a video game. Will you take me higher? Yeah, and there's a thing though. In a video game, it can work because it can do all the number crunching for you, and so we can just make it crazy. And I think also, aside from doing the whole making a kingdom aspect in Wrath of the Righteous, you will be making an army instead. So, just long story short, this completely does not connect at all. Speaking of bad segues, at PAX East, I actually had a chance to see Wrath of the Righteous. Not only that, all right, so I mentioned earlier, so what happened was, I get to the seaport, and I meet their PR guy, in the lobby, and he says, "Come on up," because I've done this before. Sometimes companies will have a game not on the show floor at an event. They'll have it like at a hotel nearby. And I went in, and the door opens up, and it's freaking Alexander. Oh God, how do you pronounce his last name? Give me a second. Alexander Mishulin. I know I'm probably saying this absolutely wrong. I'm almost certain he's Russian. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me in post. And he was just standing there. This guy, like, I've seen him all over the place when it comes to, like, you know, all the Kickstarter videos, different, like, you know, like review videos and like everything. And he's like one of the lead designers. I think he's actually the lead designer for Owlcat Games. In fact, let me just make sure I'm looking this up correctly. He is the creative director at Owlcat Games. There we go. Sorry, the creative director. Wow. And he was just standing there, and he's just, "Hi," and I'm like, "Whoa, holy crap!" I just thought it was just gonna be me and maybe the PR guy, and that was it. So it was really cool. And then he proceeded to say, "Here's the game." Told me a little bit about it, and we just kind of hung out, and I played it for about an hour. And as we talked about it, I was talking about my experience with Pathfinder with him. And we recorded the footage. We didn't record me and him. It's just the gameplay. So I'm just gonna be showing you my gameplay footage that we recorded, and you know, I'll be talking over it. And yeah, let's just go doing that. I apologize if you had not seen regular Pathfinder. This might not seem as like, to you, but believe me, this is some cool shit if you have. Anyway, let's kill the tunes here. And I need to open this up. Okay. And let's go on over here. Is it game? No, I need to get this right here. I'm not actual roles of what rings on, like roles of people at the company, or roles of like dice rolls. I'm not sure what you mean. Play that beautiful bean footage. You're the second person I know in my entire life that says that. Alright, so here we are. The game begins. I'm not going to do the whole readouts here. So if you see any characters, any portraits, the portraits at the moment are placeholder portraits. They don't have the new ones quite placed in quite yet. And so So I check when I go to some of the so yeah, this is again the recorded footage of me playing the game at in a hotel room. It was off a laptop, so there might be a little bit of chugginess at certain points. Again, it's because it was being played off a laptop, not like a full-blown like PC. But anyway, so your main character is the Knight Commander, and we are in the middle of a war. I believe there is a city called Dresden that's being attacked by demons, and you are the Knight Commander. Your company involves, I think, paladins. There is a one of your companions is also a Hell Knight. And yeah, and so king making is not a thing you're doing this game. You're literally I didn't get to see any of the army creation, but I believe there might be some more information about that on the Kickstarter itself. But yes, yeah, as you see, Regil here. Is it Regil? He is a gnome, and he is basically this leader of the chapter of the Hell Knights, who's a part of your party. Yeah. I have not yet loved Shack. I will probably do that at some point in the very near future. I wanted to see how much money I spent at PAX East first before I fully committed. Like I said, the hashtag transparency, once I do contribute to the Kickstarter, I will let you guys know immediately, just for full transparency. Yeah, there'll be some management involved. Yeah. I am not sure how many days are left. If someone wants to look that up, that'd be fantastic. And also, if someone wants to put a link, you know, I'll do it. I'm asking you guys to do my fucking job right now, so sorry. Sorry. I don't know if I should be cursing because I didn't want to show this content later on, perhaps. Sorry. Bleep it out in post. Give me a second here. I'll post a link to it. 7 days, cool. Wrath of the Righteous. There it is. There you go. If you guys wish to contribute at all, they have definitely reached they have more than reached a lot of their goals. I think their original goal was what 300,000. Now they're 1.5 million. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, to say the least. Trying to think things I can mention about this. So in total, is going to be 11 races, I believe, with this. There were how many races were in the original game? There were humans, gnomes, elves, half-elves, ASMR, I say it wrong every time, ASMR, half-orcs, tieflings with the DLC. Am I missing anybody? Did I say dwarves? Elves? Gnomes? Halflings? There was halflings, right? There'll be 24 classes, each with 6 archetypes per class. Jesus, that's so many. And there'll be 8 new classes, which include Arcanist, Blood Ranger, Shaman, Oracle, Witch, War Priest, Cavalier, and Skald. Oh yeah, there's 2 new races. The Half Undead Dampier, cool. And another one that'd be oh yeah, I think they actually announced what the next one. I'm reading possibly a cheat sheet just to remind myself some information here. Skald, yeah, usually from lore is like a Viking bard. You're right, Lothario. Oh, and it was I said blood. Give me a second. Blood Rager. I apologize. Blood Rager. My mistake. I'm sorry. Barbarians. Yes, I think the this game has Saiyans. No, I'm sorry, Biscuit Butt. But though with the Mythic class, you might get that power level. Honestly, but yeah, I think the newest race is like is it a fox or cat people? I think what it was. I apologize. Actually, let me check the Kickstarter. It should be on there, right? Give me a second. I think it should be at the bottom, right? Oh man, it is so much to do. Oh, it's so much. Oh, there'll be a vote. That's right, a vote after the Kickstarter ends. That is correct. That is correct. I think one of them was like a cat person race and was a fox person race. Again, I'm coming from the perspective of Pathfinder from a video gamer standpoint, so I apologize if people want like an in-depth like Pathfinder player outlook. I'm not offering that. I'm sorry, but it's a different perspective. Because there's people out there who probably video game much like I did, and they come to this and it's good. Oh yeah, so and here I believe so. Irabeth is one of her companions. She is a paladin. And I believe that Irabeth's kind of plot, her backstory was that she was put up on a pole along with some other paladins or other people, and by what do you call them? By some gargoyles, and the gargoyles are basically turned them into ghouls. But she watched someone right next to her kind of like turn into a ghoul, and it kind of broke her mind. We're trying to talk her into joining us, or rather to find the strength within to kind of fight on, as opposed to giving in to this demon threat. Yeah. Not this person. That's Regil. He's part of the Hell Knights, who are jerks to say the least. Hell Knights are jerks to say the least. Book burners and all that. But they might be book burners, but they don't like demons. So enemy. No, that works. Yeah, just going through the all this stuff right here. And try and remember. Okay. Yeah, there'll be. Where are our mythic paths? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Our myths are. So basically, I believe you hit a certain level, and then you can go onto a mythic path, which give your character some crazy ass abilities. Those being this going? Oh, if there's any point in this video where like nothing's happening, it's because I probably stopped. I paused for a moment to talk to Alexander about something. That's probably what happened. Anyway, the mythic paths are Angel, Lich, Trickster, Aeon, Demon, Azada, Gold Dragon, and Swarm That Walks. Again, if there's anybody in chat who knows a little more about those than I do, by all means, especially the Swarm That Walks, I am please feel free to give us information. And for those of you who don't know the world of Pathfinder, Pathfinder, from my experience, is a pretty fun game world to kind of like have a plot line in, because it's kind of a kitchen sink of fantasy, because Pathfinder Kingmaker took place in a very medieval style world. You know, we're making a kingdom, you know, but there's barbarians over here, and you know, and there's barbarians over here, and then there's other nations. But then, like, up in Numeria, right, there is a city of wizards who built their city, their capital, on top of a spaceship that crash landed on Galarian, the planet of Pathfinder, and they currently use it, you know, to get technology like laser guns and other, like, you know, science fiction weaponry on it. In the game, they do have golems, like people make golems, but there's also androids and robots. No Trace. This will be a full-blown like second game. This is not an expansion. This is like a full-blown like other game. Oh, so if you know D&D 3.5 Lefthario, that's what Pathfinder is built upon, and it goes crazy. Oh. Yeah, same universe, new story. Oh, that's another thing. Alexander told me. In Pathfinder, you had about what, like 1,000-ish abilities to choose from when it came to, like, you know, making your characters. 1,000-ish abilities and spells and all that, talents and perks, whatever. In Kingmaker, there's gonna be about 2,000. I don't. If you like, all I can say is if you're an individual who really likes the mid-max characters in a tabletop setting, yeah, no, it will have like basically double that in terms of like kind of character building content. If you like mid-maxing, this is the absolute perfect setting for you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, anyway, so what's happening now in the game is that I the Knight Commander, again, these are not characters that I made. These are characters that kind of pre-made in this build. We decided that we're just going to do basically a frontal assault of the demons there attacking Dresden, I believe. I'll just hang out for a second and let it go through. Again, like I mentioned, if you ever see like a kind of a pause, either I was reading it just kind of to myself originally when I recorded it, or I stopped to talk to Alexander. So this one should be Pathfinder 1 Adventure, Josh. Like, because Pathfinder 2 isn't even out yet, right? Or at least isn't out officially. Well, Biscuit, it's more so you have a list of these to choose from, then you go from there. Oh, like 2 months ago? Or 5 months ago? Well, I imagine this game was probably being built upon Pathfinder 1, so they didn't say anything to me about Pathfinder 2, so I'm assuming it's based upon that version. I mean, when I played it, it felt like Pathfinder Kingmaker, so aside from there being new abilities and such like that. Yep, I will personally charge. And Regil did not like my suggestion that we'd say, good that way. Also, he showed me the actual, like, you know, better concept art for what Regil's gonna look like. He is a blue-haired a blue-haired gnome. Who's seen that before, right? Blue-haired gnome who is basically the head of these Hell Knights, and he's already going through the bleaching. He's pretty fucking hardcore. Sorry, he's pretty hardcore. Let's see here. There'll be 11 campaigns in total to play with, and for those of you who this might matter to you, the game I believe is built from the ground up to be real time with pause. You know, it's built around that. However, turn-based will be built in. It won't be just be a mod. Oop, let me turn this down a little bit. It's a little loud. So here's something that's gonna be amazing for you. Watch this. You see his characters here? These guys. Give me a second. For some reason this one kind of hung right here for a moment. This kind of hung for a moment. Again, this was like a pre-alpha build, I believe they're showing me. Honestly, Biscuit, Kingmaker 1 obviously had a bit of like a rough start, but like I played the game for like a year or so. It's kind of getting better and better and better and better. So honestly, Kingmaker right now is absolutely amazing, especially the Kingmaking is a lot smoother of an experience. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Even when it was a little rougher, I still enjoyed it and it got just better from there on out. Okay, here we go. Animations! That's one thing I'll definitely say about Pathfinder Kingmaker. There wasn't that much in the way of animation work when it came to like how characters interacted with the world itself, other than like their combat animations. Animations! I know, right? Yeah. That's specular lighting too, right? On the armor, looking good, right? Okay. And at this point, we actually had control over everything. So, I played the game. I played Kingmaker, obviously, on a very hard difficulty. But for this, they definitely scaled it back a bit. I was fine with that. I didn't want to have to spend there and, like, attempt to like, fully buff my characters, respec myself. So, the run was a little easy, but that's fine, though. It was just good to get a handle on everything. Again, and also you're gonna see some character portraits. These are all placeholders from the first game. And also, I asked him, will you be able to import your own portraits? And he said, yes, you can. And the cool thing is that at some point, your character, if you don't use your own portraits, your character will go with your mythic change, and your character's portrait will change to reflect that. So, for example, if you make a lich, well, if you become a lich, guess what? Your characters become more lich-like. You will be able to change your character's portrait after the fact once you go through your mythic pass. So, if you want to use your own lich icon, you can, basically. Oh, and thank you for the host, Copper. Much appreciated. And here I am. I was just kind of like going through some of the abilities. Actually, don't give me a second. I didn't actually read that before. Let me Close to the heavens. Mythic characters that draw their power from good gain ability to unleash a ray of heavenly light, targeting an ally or foe with 50 feet as a ranged touch attack. This ray heals allies for 4d6 plus do 2d6 per mythic rank points of damage, or deals the same amount of damage to enemies. These characters can use this ability 3 times per day, plus 1 extra time for each mythic rank beyond the first. Neat. No, Fire Crow. I'm not playing. Okay, technically speaking, I am playing Kingmaker, but I played this at PAX East. This is just the footage we recorded. All right, all right. And Love Shack, as far as I remember, there was no locking of classes for races in the game. There might be non-optimal builds, but yeah. No. So, Lothario, I played this at PAX East, but we recorded it at PAX East. We recorded it at PAX East. So this is me playing just, you know, from the past. And at the time I was playing, I was, you know, I was conversing with Alexander. Alexander is, I'm gonna say his name wrong. I apologize. Michelin. He was the creative lead at Alcat Games. stale ass gameplay. Not that fresh brand new gameplay that Mama used to make, right? Yeah, I should have spent some. Oh yeah, so Lon is a Zen archer, which is like a monk and an archer at the same time. I have no freaking idea. Sorry, I didn't spend much time looking at this menus. I should have, but I didn't. So, trying to think other things that are really cool. They're gonna be happening here. Oh yeah, full camera rotation is a thing. That's really cool. You don't have to mod it in. Let's see what else. Let's see how. Like I said, I might be reading a tutorial or a cheat sheet here, but they do have, looks like it's going to be an enhanced tutorial for newcomers as well. So, like I said, when I started playing Pathfinder Kingmaker for the first time, not having any form of idea how to play a game like this, if I didn't have you guys help me in chat, I would have been completely lost. It was an extremely overwhelming experience. Oh no, Michael, this is his own story. No. So what's really cool is so in terms of like if you mean like understanding the world, Michelangelo, what's really cool is that when you're talking to characters in this game, you can actually sometimes if a place is named or a person is, that thing will highlight in the game in your dialogue. It'll give you a little like, you know, codex entry. You can read right then and there mid dialogue. It's very cool. It's something they did a lot in Kingmaker, and so they can do in this as well. They kept the same system. I really enjoy it because instead of like you know going through dialogue and saying, oh, they just mentioned Numeria. What's Numeria? Then you go into your codex and read this whole thing. It's just like a little like like page pops up right then and there. Trying to think other things as well. I am your judge, and soon your executioner. Oh, my mouse is blocking the thing. Sorry. He mentioned that customization of characters would be a lot more in depth. At some point, I will go into the character. I'll go into the character screen where you kind of see them on the character sheets. The updated models look very, very good, actually. Once they're finished, your companions will have their own unique looking game. Because, like, remember Alan Pathfinder Kingmaker? You know, Valerie looked as close as she could to her portrait, but was still just using the base, like, things, like the base, like, character creation tool to do it. The characters, your unique companions should have like their own unique look in game that will definitely match their portrait, right? And there's gonna be more options available entirely to to really make customize your character. Oh yeah, Michelangelo. This not Baldur's Gate, Pathfinder Kingmaker is real time with pause. But with as is this one, though there was a mod that was created for Kingmaker that allowed for turn-based. Turn-based will be built into the game right from the get-go with this one. And here's something else crazy. So you guys know how in-depth the difficulty is for this game, and that like you can basically customize difficulty in so many ways. So like you can basically fine-tune the difficulty of Kingmaker to a point where like you can just like make it perfect for you. Alexander told me gonna do even more customization when it comes to difficulty. Like I don't even. It's really cool.
I'll hit you.
Yep. Yep.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Yep.
What's that thing?
So yeah. Like I said, we were playing. Like I said, it's mostly like I said. This is pretty easy mode right now. Knight Commander, guy on the left, that's your main character. It was pre-built as a 200 warrior. Who you know me, I love me a 200 fighter.
I like you.
I make you feel better.
So love check. Without saying too much for people who haven't played Pathfinder, I asked Alexander, "Are you gonna break my heart again like you did with Lindsay?" And he freaking laughed. He laughed and he said, "No, no, no, but in different ways." He laughed. Oh.
A bright future awaits us.
Oh yeah, right here. Look how awesome these characters look, and like the different level, like the level of like like here. Let me do it again. They look so good. They look so good.
A bright future awaits us.
Oh, so good. Sorry, I kind of. Again, I was just having fun playing it. I completely forgot like halfway through. I should have been like trying to like play this in a way that it could be used as a as me talking about it after the fact. But yeah. Well, I have to imagine so, Love Shack, because I mean this may be made by the same people and the same writers, so I absolutely loved the characters in Kingmaker, especially Jubilost, who just I did not like Jubilost at first because he was a total dick, but he became such a bro over time. It was so good. So at this point, I was just checking out different spells, see if I had any buffs, healing up. And I was trying to do. Oh yeah, and also they definitely put in some new, obviously working on some new character models. You'll see some really cool animations later on.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
I will help where I can. Do not fear. Do not waver.
Sheila was her main tank for this.
Am I doing it wrong?
Oh, I apologize. If any point you see the camera just veer off like this, it was just a minor issue with Alexander's laptop we were using. By the way, he had BattleTech on that as well. Alexander, Alexander Michelin, the lead dev, or sorry, the creative lead of Alcat Games, had BattleTech on this PC. Just so you know, a little insider information.
Didn't go well.
So Michelangelo, unless things have changed, I'm pretty sure the first game's only available on PC. Like, I'm almost certain it's only available on PC. I can't imagine this won't be on PC anytime soon. Or, sorry, on console anytime soon. I could be wrong. Let me say. I don't want it to be saying anything wrong here in this video. Let's see here. I think there might have been like rumblings of possibly coming to console at some point, but nothing since then. Hmm. Oh yeah. So right now, there's a character in this the cell here. I believe it was a she. She is a succubus, and if you release her, she becomes a companion later on. You get a succubus, a full-on demon succubus who literally wants redemption and wants to walk the path of the light. And she'll become a if you don't kill her right in there, she becomes a companion later on. Yeah, current platforms for Kingmaker are Linux, Mac OS, Microsoft Windows. Yeah, it's that's about it. Sorry, Josh. And it should be Steam. I don't know if it'll be a Steam and Epic 7 release at the same time. I think Epic 7, Epic launcher at the same time, but I didn't ask him, but I've seen other places recently where the people have asked them, hey, you guys going to be on Epic or going to be on Steam? And they said they had no plans for Epic, so they'll be on Steam. That's the thing, Sarkfinder, or I just call you Sarkfinder, Sarkfa. Yeah, I can see it working possibly, but this game on console would be really hard. Maybe if they, maybe if it was hard turn-based mode only, but whew, it'll be rough. Hey, what's up, Georgie? How you doing? Sarkfinder. And like I said, as always, if you see all of a sudden the gameplay just kind of stops, I was probably talking to Alexander about something.
Forget it.
Thanks,
Oh, another thing. So we saw that I couldn't unlock those things, right? I told him, I'm so sorry, sir, but for me, if it came to lockpicking, that was the only thing in this game that Kingmaker that I save scum. I just couldn't. I realized that on a long enough timeline, I could get all unlockings done by coming back and unlocking things after I leveled up. I said I just wasn't gonna do that especially for a stream. So he's like, that's totally fine. That's how I mentioned the level of when he mentioned the level customization for the difficulty. He said that they really want people to play the game they want to how they want to play. That's why the difficulty is so changeable. And he's like, yeah, if you want to save scum for, for block picks, sure, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Yeah. That's the thing. That's his thing, Adventure Josh. Divinity is turn-based, so you don't have to worry about trying to make split-second decisions and within 6 seconds of each turn that happens in real time with pause. So consoles for this could be tough, but never know. I never know. I can only say just how much it was like. I like setting up my my abilities in certain ways on my bars, and so it was like hurting me so much that I couldn't just sit down and just do it because I knew I only had about an hour to play the game. So I just kind of I had to deal. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I noticed too, if you'll see, there's a lot more ambient things going on in the graphics, because there's motes of shit flying everywhere, arrows. Sometimes you'll see gargoyles fly overhead as well. They did a really good job of like including some new levels of ambiance in the area. Yeah, I was checking out our main character's weapon. It's pretty cool. Some of these are placeholders for our characters because Regil is supposed to be this blue-haired like Hell Knight in full Hell Knight armor, but he's just a dude in a shirt, in a t-shirt. Oh, but she looks really cool though. Look at her armor; it's so good. It is so good. I'm not gonna sit here at all and like try and say that Pathfinder Kingmaker looked. It was an okay-looking game, but this looks like actual really good. Yeah. I just love the lighting and the reflective effects of this. Not a hobbit, a gnome. All right, he's supposed to be a gnome. Oh yeah. Let me show you. So right now, in game, my main goal is I'll show you in a second here. Once I pull up the map, was basically to destroy these two catapults right here that were attacking the people down here, and then take out an enemy that's right here. That was kind of our goal.
Right?
Yep. Like I said, I really enjoy. They did a good job of like again just having this feel like an actual like battlefield, which is very cool. Hey, what's up, Lady Toru? How you doing, man? Welcome back. Sorry about your trip from PAX having some issues. Hopefully everything's okay.
We won't falter.
Yeah, I just really... Yeah, this is so cool. I just love all the arrows there. Just they did such a good job just making like you feel like you're actually full blown just like in a battle. Such a good job. Attack me, attacked by Bleeds. Bleeds are not gargoyles. These are rocks.
I will fight.
Is this a mock fight?
When I was playing this, I should have pulled up the combat log a little more. That way, people can see what abilities are being used.
In the holy light.
You can forgive me. I won't let you hurt
The
my
inheritor,
friends.
guide my blade.
Yeah, new enemy type right there. This big looking bug, gross ass bug thing. Oh yeah, so this bug thing right here started dealing me some ability damage, and as I got out of the combat, I was looking for my restoration, saying I gotta kill my ability damage, man. I'm still gun shy. I'm still got some PTSD from the swarms, the house at a time, man. He's like, yes, the house at a time was difficult. That was his comment on the house at a time. It was difficult.
This is my house.
Tell me and I'll do it.
The world has suffered enough.
I did not Stalk for actually. I'm gonna go on a limb and assume there probably won't be one, but I don't know. I feel like that might be beyond the scope of what they're looking to do. But I mean, honestly, to be completely honest, I forgot to honestly because that's something that matters to me. Obviously, that'd be really cool. But I might have the opportunity in the future to ask. So we'll see. Let's see here. The current platforms we're talking about before. PC, Windows, Steam. Oh yeah, so here we go. We're talking earlier. Steam and GOG are kind of the projected place they want to put it. We might add more platforms in the future. So non-committal, that's fine though, because obviously it requires a lot more effort to do that. And if they can't do it, they don't want to commit themselves to it, obviously. And the current release window. Okay, all right. I have a release window for you. June 2021. So we got a ways. We got a little over a year. A little over a year. PK fan, this right here, my characters were level 8. And I believe they had 2 mythic levels in them as well.
Cannot be defeated. Forwards.
I'm not quite sure how far in the game this event was, though. But level 8's pretty far. Well, not this June, Michelangelo. June 2021. Like I said, the projected early release window is June 2021. Oh yeah! Rotating camera, PK fan. Rotating camera. Yes, right? Amazing.
We can do
You
it.
are lacking.
Kneel before me.
Yep. And like I said earlier, if you see any chugginess with this capture, mostly because we're playing off of laptop, and sometimes when you use capture software, depending on how you do it, it might cause a little bit of lagging too. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I get a little more information about the mythic classes right here. The main feature of this game is mythic paths. Paizo introduced, I always say it wrong, Paizo introduced mythic character progression specifically at this adventure path. Progression is an addition layer to the characters building that allows players to make truly powerful characters capable of taking on demon lords and similarly powerful entities. Our version of mythic path is more thematical. Each mythic path is profoundly affecting both the story and the gameplay of the character. We've introduced 8 of them. The Angel is a general of celestial armies able to summon angels to fight by their side and heal and protect their allies. Lich is an immortal undead, a master of necromancy who will ultimately be able to replace their companions with undead minions and under their command. Aeon, a cosmic judge of balance with the ability to change the current timeline. They can sense whether the balance is broken and correct it, usually punishing the perpetrator in the process. Trickster is a Loki-type character who loves to have fun and play jokes on even the mice of creatures. They can trick the rules that govern the world to gain unimaginable powers. Demon is a raging beast whose design has become rightful ruler of the abyss. They can choose to sink into demonic rage and rip their enemies apart with their bare hands. The demon lords shall bow to the power. Azata is a rebel and a fighter for freedom and a good, a superhero of sorts that protects innocence against demons and purifies the land of corruption. And the Swarm that walks is an incarnation of anger, allowing the character to become one with the swarm of locusts, consumes everything that stands in their way. Or the Gold Dragon is a protector of the lesser races, wise and merciful, a defender of Galarian. They can stagger even the greatest foes with their roar alone and guide those who are lost. So yeah, this is like I said. So you will be able to do one of the Mythic Pass Lothario will definitely be Gold Dragon. I'm not quite sure exactly. I mean, you could turn your characters into dragons with temporary spells and Kingmaker. So, but I don't imagine I can't imagine if your character becomes Mythic Pack Gold Dragon that you'll just be a dragon walking around. You'll probably still have a humanoid PC character. Again, I'm not saying that's what it is. I imagine. Yep. Makes sense, Avenger Josh. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, a little more about the army creation. Another feature we're talking about is the Crusade. At a certain point in the game, the player will be appointed as the commander of the 5th Crusade. And that means they will not only be adventuring, but building the forces, solving significant issues, make critical decisions about the development of the Crusade. The vital part is recruiting the armies and sending them to fight demons across the world map. Battles will not be as detailed as Total War battles, more like old school strategy games. Warlords, for example. Players will be reclaiming the lands from the demons and fighting relics of the previous Crusades that can serve them and improve the equipment of their characters.
My will is resolute.
I am finished.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
Yep. Yeah, and so the area I was in, basically, if you save dudes, like these Crusaders along with you, they would join you along with the fight. Oh yeah, another there's another new model. It's a giant here. Looks really cool. Hey, what's up, Leg? How you doing, man? Leg, I know you were someone who was a little bit all about Pathfinder. We've been showing off. I got some footage of Wrath of the Righteous at PAX East, and we're just showing off now. And just talking about it in general. And like, so the funniest thing about all of it was that when I went to get footage of the game, rather to like meet them at their hotel to play the game, door opens, the PR guy leads me into the room, and freaking Alexander, I always say his name wrong, Michelin, God, I'm saying it so wrong, I'm so sorry, was just standing there, creative lead of Alka. I'm like, holy crap, dude, how you doing?
Charge!
Yeah, not Michelin. Said I'm so sorry I'm saying his last name wrong. He's a very nice guy.
The light take you!
I will protect you with my life.
Oh, he definitely let me know that the Giants here have finishing cleave, so if you like fighting the Cyclopses from the first game with their finishing cleave and sometimes nuclear party, they got that here too.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
That's a good question, Sarkva. I will ask. Should I get the opportunity to ask again?
We won't falter. I won't give up.
Yeah, because I know the I know if you're trying to make mods work for Pathfinder with that third-party tool, it got a little cumbersome sometimes. So the main character they're currently playing as, PK, he was a two-handed fighter, so my jam, right? I don't know what his actual, I think his mythic, if I'm looking at the mythic classes, he was probably either an angel or a Zada, I'm guessing. Yeah, we got a little funkiness right here as I was trying to interact with this chest. I couldn't quite find the interaction point with it. So I'm sure it was good feedback for him to see me try and struggle and try and get this chest open.
It is done.
Oh, I'm just realizing now you couldn't see my cursor during this capture. Oh well.
You crossed the wrong mark.
Do not waver.
That looks cool, right?
I will bring down the
I
divine
will
wrath.
fight.
That was cool, right? I'm loving the animations they're putting in this. Fiori, dude. Pets are totally OP in Pathfinder. Whenever I do Temper's Depths, I always try and have at least one class with a pet.
Press the attack.
There you go. Oh, I love this part right here. Watch the left side of the screen. Oh, also, animations!
I will lend you my aid.
Oh, it didn't happen yet.
We cannot be defeated. Fall.
The inheritor.
Wow,
guide my
now that I'm
blade.
actually getting a chance to look at the abilities here, I realize a lot of my characters have so many uses for their abilities. That's pretty cool.
To battle, my friends. Begone, fiend.
Kicked his butt. It felt really weird playing the game on easy mode, honestly. After a full playthrough of Kingmaker, which mostly unchallenging, but sometimes I had to drop the difficulty because I just couldn't. It felt a little refreshing, actually. Oh, I didn't actually use it, Love Shack. Oh, it's so cool. The shadow, it looks so cool.
We will be victorious.
No, it felt like it was uneasy, and he said that, oh yeah. And he mentioned that, no, it's not, it was on an easy difficulty, that's just like, just so we can see all the content of this portion of the playable demo. Well, not demo, like the playable build right now. At this point, I tried to intimidate him. Alexander basically said, "You got like a 25% chance to let me know what to surpass this." I failed. Sometimes the camera movement was a little funky. Yep. Like I said, I was still fighting the urge to try and like go into a combat and start do some crazy buffing, and then like realize I probably could just just go through here. Oh, I think at this point this game, it really definitely wasn't playing like this. This is more to the capture that was making it look kind of funky. So definitely was not doing this while I was playing it. It was pretty smooth overall. Yeah, so Greybor here is a character who will be a companion at one point. He tried to stab Baylor with a dagger, and Baylor ran away. I believe he'll be a dwarven assassin character, or like, you know, some form of like rogue type character. I know, right, Sark? But honestly, that's one of the questions. You try and stab a demon with a dagger? Oh, man. I guess another thing I saw that, much like the first game, most of it will not be voice acted. They will voice act important scenes, like, you know, maybe very poignant moments for your companions. I know everything Narissa said, like the bad guy in the first game was, she was voiced. Basically, all the main antagonist lines were voiced, which I felt was important. But not everything, though. Any super important characters like Jode or Kessin, who will not be in this book, but will be in here. They'll be voiced as well. Balls of steel. Yep. Yeah, I think at this point this is pretty much it, yeah. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it at that point. Yep. Yeah, and that's basically it, everybody. It was really good. Trying to think what else I could show you here. Give me 1 second. Let me get to this. Oh, no problem, Love Jack. Let me do one thing. Where did this? Oh, give me 1 second. I need to go move this hard drive. 1 second. I'll show you one more thing. So, what was cool is, like, as I mentioned, they gave me a hard drive with recording. The hard drive's this cool little, like, you know, necklace hard drive that says Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous on it. So it's a cool little keepsake, you know, to remember the time I did. But there's some other stuff on the hard drive, on the flash drive as well. Where's it at? We have a couple of creature concepts I can show you. We need to go over here.
Forget it.
Oh, because I'm playing the video. Sorry.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Here. Or we'll just play with music. So a little bit of concept art. I think these were the ash giants. Oh yeah, these are some of the enemies we were fighting in that bit of content. Maybe not finding some of these things here. It's called Demon End. Mhm. These are really cool. We definitely fought one of those guys. Pretty sure we did. Minotaur. Yeah, we fought the Retrievers. Yes, we did. We fought some of those too, yeah. And I think that's it for that. I think that is... Oh. Can give you some screenshots too. Oh, okay. So I mentioned that the graphics got a little bit of a boost, right? He showed me, I don't have access to it, but he showed me a spell that a Lich can do, and it looked cool as freaking hell. It was like this full screen effect where like it was like this shockwave of green. It looked really, really, really cool. Like it looked more intense than anything you can see like that you would see in Divinity Original 2. It looked really nice. Lighting effects look really good in this game. I am, yeah. This is a big upgrade in every single way. And I think that might be a little more in-depth idea of what Red Gale's supposed to look like right there. Purple-haired gnome with Hell Knight armor on. Yeah. Can't wait. Like I said, lighting effects look really cool in this. They did a really good job. Whoops. So that's about everybody. Like I said, as far as what I can tell, what I've seen online and what they have in this little cheat that I have, projected. Oh yeah. So Valerie Regil, he'll be part of your companions. He is a gnome that like leads a large portion of Hell Knights. I saw some concept art for him. He looks pretty intense. He has purple hair, full Hell Knight armor. He just looks like he's already going through the bleaching as well. It's pretty intense. But yeah. Anyway, so projected release date June 2021. We'll see if they're able to hold on to that. I would love to, but if not, I'm down for them taking as long as they need because you know how much I love Pathfinder. Kingmaker, so this was really cool what I saw. Maybe I'll be able to get a chance to see some more content as we go along, and maybe possibly at some point a stream where I can maybe interview some of the devs. Maybe possibly. I'm not saying it's possible or that it's gonna happen, but maybe at some point. That'd be really cool. And then maybe we can ask them some of the questions that you guys had a little earlier on, and some of the things that interest me too. So yeah, cool, right? I'm down. I love Kingmaker a lot. I mean, obviously I do, and I want some more. I want some more. That's about it. Yep. That's about it. But anyway, guys, thank you for indulging me as I showed you. So this is some of the stuff that we do at PAX East. This is the first time I actually did something like this for PAX East, or for any event where we play games before, but games come out. This is the first time I had a chance to record some footage and show it to you guys on broadcast after the fact. This is really fun, and I hope we can do more for you going forward. But that's it for this content. Let's do something else now. Let's kill this. Let's kill this, and let's do something completely different. I'm gonna go on a quick break. Get some drink in the bathroom, and let's play some Final Fantasy VII. I'm gonna do a bit of OG Final Fantasy VII, and later on I'm probably gonna boot up the demo of Remake as well, so we can get we can see both, and that'll be fun. I played a bit of the demo. All right. So I felt kind of cool. I was able to play the demo of Final Fantasy VII Remake at PAX East. I was one of the first people to do it on the floor. Actually, all right. I'll put it out there. Because a lot of people early, Cake actually played it before I did. Armand Cake definitely played it before I did. But I was one of the first people to play it. And then after PAX East, they released a better demo on the PS4 store for everyone else to play. So my my coolness factor definitely was very short-lived. But we're gonna do a bit of the OG and then I'll do the demo, because it's a little more than what I played at PAX East, so I'm interested to see. Because I think it'll show a bit more of Midgar itself as opposed to just kind of this small segment of the Shinra factory. Good night, Michael. I'll see you later. But let's go to a quick break. I'm gonna stay up, just go to the bathroom, do all the nice things up. We'll come back in a few more minutes for some more late OBG and for some Final Fantasy VII content. See you guys in a bit. BRB. And again, thank you very much for coming out for the. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jimmy. The bot is currently dead. We've been trying to I'll reinitialize it, but it keeps dying, and so I don't know what's going on. It's either on our end or maybe something with Twitch. Not entirely sure. But anyway, be right back. See you in a few minutes for more OBG. Where's my away screen? Here it is. All right, be right back, guys. And as always, quick shout out and thank you to all of our current patrons on Patreon. Sorry, our current patrons on Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much.